Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's now 2024. I hope you guys had a good holiday, and we're back this year. This is Sleepless Illustrator with another video, and the first video of the year. And I've got some things planned for you guys. Today in the description we're going to be drawing an old favorite of mine, Iron Man. We're going to go with the original Iron Man look. Well, not original, but more of a cartoon look, probably not what you guys are used to, the Robert Downey Jr. version. This is a very easy character to draw, guys. I thought I'd start the year off a little simpler because, well, number one, first of all, I hope you guys had a good holiday again. I had a very great holiday. I didn't want it to end, but this year, I had a very good Christmas, very good New Year's, and I'm got my list of things. I hope you guys have a list of resolutions and whatnot, whatever you want to work. You don't have to have resolutions. You don't have to do the traditional thing if you guys are not into it. But I still, imply you guys to make a list of things you guys want to accomplish this year. And like I said, I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but last year I felt like I accomplished a lot. I set up my studio, changed my life a little bit, and a lot of things including my personal life. And I started this channel, so. And since then, just gotta keep working on it. But anyway, guys, I hope you have that going for you. And yeah, we're gonna be continuing on with the show. And right now, like I said, I'm just gonna start this off. This week's still kind of a little bit groggy for me. I actually didn't get a lot of sleep, guys. My neighborhood was blasting with fireworks. So, but anyway, we gotta go on, guys. I have a brand new coffee machine I'm trying out, so we're just gonna have to power through it this week. And then, like I said, there's still more things to come, guys, so let's see. We got my tools, so let's rock and roll. So I actually, one of my gifts this year, guys, was number one, I have a screen. So now, if you guys been on my Instagram, you'll see I have 4 screens now, including my Wacom here. And yeah, I also have I also got a new keyboard. My dad actually got me quite a few things, and of course, one of them was the keyboard. So this really great keyboard. I swear to God, it's awesome. But I'm just still kind of getting used to it, guys. So if I screw up, just because because sometimes this keyboard, I'm not entirely used to it. So, but it's okay. We're good. So, and yeah, I'm already up. As you guys can see, I'm already kind of drawing in the little. I already have an idea of what I'm going to be drawing. So, so yeah, grab your tools, guys, and follow along with me and enjoy the show. So. We're just going to be drawing a standard body because what I wanted to get at is, guys, and I've stressed this enough, so we're just going to get right into it, about drawing bodies versus armor. And I love the things is I've always loved the old version of Iron Man because like I said, he looks. That's just how they drew back then. You kind of had to use your imagination. Like, yeah, he looked like he's all muscular and stuff like that, but really he's wearing his armor suit. So. So we're just drawing a regular human body anatomy of a man. So I'm just going to be drawing him in a little cool pose, like standing all cool, whatnot. I actually am using a pose of a drawing that I've done before that I never completed, so I'm kind of breaking that out right now. So nothing too fancy. Like I said, guys, I didn't want to start you guys off with or at least myself off with anything too heavy, but it's more going to be in the details of the lesson. Now, I kind of wanted to talk about this, guys, because the reason why is Iron Man is such a very resonating character for me. Honestly, I wasn't even an Iron Man fan. Like, I mean, I knew who he was, but I was always, Captain America. I mean, I was Team Cap. Definitely Team Cap. But, but honestly, like as the character, I mean, you have to guys. I wanted to give you guys a little history lesson of mine because so I graduated high school back in 2008, and that's kind of when the whole superhero genre started to really, I mean, of course, people have been into Star Wars, things like that before, but I never seen it like in 2008, where people are just like, I mean, especially now, even the years that followed, like, people are, girls and geeky guys. It was cool to be a geek, I mean, I swear to God, guys, I thought when I was a kid in junior high, I had to give up all my toys and grow up, and lo and behold, I'm living in a world where, it's like if you don't have toys, you're like the loser now. My God, the tables have turned. But I mean, I don't get me wrong, guys. I mean, if you guys are into this stuff, whatever, if you just like to draw or whatever, but this is mainly a comic book channel, guys. I hope you understand. This is mainly like, you know, because I'm a comic book artist. That's what I've always wanted to, you know. But back to my story, you know, it's that's just when my career, well, not my career, well, that's kind of where I got my career started in a way. Well, at least, you know, where I was at, you know, I just graduated high school and I didn't really have much direction. I mean, I told you guys I wanted to be more of a, I was drawing mostly posters. You know, I was studying composition at the time, and my instructor was kind of teaching me how to like place things on a, you know, if you guys, I do recommend you study composition. There are a couple of courses you can take on, and it's basically how you design things. It's the study of design, basically. So composition, you know, you've seen it everywhere, guys. If you're driving now and you see um, a billboard or something like that, a lot of design work goes into that billboard. You know, you guys be surprised how you don't realize how often you're looking at something and somebody designed this. You know, even especially if there's like a video and there's music and all kinds of stuff. But like anything, how, you know, something's designed to attract your attention, from the kind of soundtrack to the way things look to the colors that attract your attention. So, and guys, I'm actually going to cheat here. I'm going to pull up Rob Liefeld. I'm not going to draw the feet right now. I'm just going to draw, because in my drawing, it's kind of an old drawing I did. I did with Ultron. I mean, I don't know if I have time to include the helmet. I did a cool drawing of right here. I'm looking at it. I never completed it, so if we have time, I'll include it. But if not, just take it for what it is. So, actually, I'm just going to draw, get the basic body in. I'm getting a little ahead of myself because I need to start showing you guys, being instructive. But yeah, that's the story, guys. It's Iron Man. You know, when Robert Downey Jr. and I remember this, guys. Me and my buddy Mike, you know, the one I stream with, still friends with. We snuck into the movies twice to see Iron Man again, because after we left the movie, it was so awesome, and we just like, oh, the movie's still playing. We wanted to watch, you know. Remember, guys, this was back then. There wasn't as much YouTube. This is 2008, and YouTube wasn't like slowly around. So, yeah, you know, if you wanted to rewatch something, you had to go to the movies, or hopefully somebody pirated and you know, shot a crappy version of it. You know, but yep. I mean, that's the story. But like I said, this just kind of takes me back. I'd rather just, you know, like, this an old classic for me. So, you know, can't go wrong with Iron Man. And it's easy to draw this kind of version because it's really just all, you know, mostly muscle, and you can just draw a little bit of a, you know, little dirt area. Yeah, that's fine, guys. Okay, so we got the head in. And this is one of my favorite versions from it's actually from the animated, the Spider-Man animated series. If you guys, you know, I like this version, the way he looks. So I'm gonna try to capture this as best I can. So, not too fancy. A little thing on his head, old, what they call him, shell head. That's what Stan Lee used to call him, shell head. Oops. Ah, damn it. This is part of my language. That's one of my resolution, guys, is to be a little bit more nicer to people. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a mean person, but, you know, I'm kind of like a guy, most of my friends are like, you know me to, you know, I'm kind of like the guy to joke around, and I'd say call my friends mean things, but it's like, you know, it's just guys being guys. But I decided I'm going to change that this year. I mean, I'm not saying my friends are sensitive, guys, don't worry. We're all good people. It's just me. Like, I just wanted to, you know, change that a little bit, so that's all. Like, it's not that, you know, I think you guys should look at yourselves and kind of change things for your own self. Like, if you're not being a nice person, guys, if people don't want to be around you, if you're always, you know, criticizing people, not in a healthy way, you know, it's one thing, you know, give them good advice, you know, and things like that. But if you're just always being a jerk, you're saying like mean things, even if it's to be like, you know, you're joking around, guys. I mean, you know, ask yourself, would you want to be around that person? That's why, you know, this year that does those things I want to change, guys. You know, I actually want to change some things, like, you know, swearing less, you know, although it's hard because I'm a gamer, guys, so yeah, you try playing Call of Duty, but things like that, I want to read a little bit more. I don't want to waste this year, which I don't think I wasted, last year, like I told you guys, but, you know, and also, guys, I actually have another thing. I don't want these videos to become stagnant and become like, I really am planning other things, guys. I'm still working on it, just tell me some slack here at the start of the new year, but I'm still going to be producing these videos, and I'm going to be, putting out a lot more. But, yeah, just, let you guys know that these videos will not be, I'm sure you guys are probably sick of them. Like I said, I gotta get these videos shortened down, you know. But like I said, I want it to be right, guys. You can't rush these things. Don't ever rush it. I got plenty of time, Although you should always, treat your life, you should always, kind of be aware that, any day could be our last. And I don't mean to be like all, what do you call it? Like dramatic on you guys, but no, you should just just use that to motivate you guys. You know what I mean? Like think of it, if this was your last day on Earth or something like that, just use that to kind of push you to be a little bit to do more. There we go. Eye action going, but yeah, use whatever you can to push you guys. Ask yourself, did you do enough today? But also, don't beat yourself up about it if you didn't. But yeah, I do want to address that because I realize most people are probably watching these videos. They go, oh, another video, and I'm gonna watch an hour-long video of him to talk about his feelings. I mean, I would ask. I hope you guys don't mind like when I get a little personal. I feel like every channel has its personal touch, not just because I'm really interacting with you guys and trying to get inside your heads and figure out what is it that you guys want to hear from me. I mean, you guys want to talk about life, business, art, wine, whatever, I mean, I got you for, however long. Got to make it interesting. Because I like to talk about life, guys. I like to talk about and hear your stories. I love listening. It's funny. A lot of people in my generation just can't seem to, like, grasp this concept. I like to listen to people, and I like to hear you guys' stories. I mean, I understand if I don't hear them all. I talk to a lot of people, guys, at the gym, at the grocery store, people just come and find me. I don't know how. And then they tell me their stories. I used to talk with like a lot of people when I worked at my old job at the grocery store. I used to love, like I hear about their wives, well, not their wives, but I mean their families. I'd ask, guys how they create a business, about their marriage, or, their, because I was a young guy, I was always curious of, like, how am I going to do this? How do you have a family? How do you, get through life? I mean, guys, talk to older people if you can. It worked for me. And I still have my dad and things like that to work, so I'm lucky in that regard. But, a lot of people don't, Find somebody who, because let me tell you something, guys, people love to tell you their stories. I'll tell you that much. Even sometimes I felt like I had no choice. I had to listen to them. But, at least I got something out of it. So I hope you guys take something out of this, And I say this because there's a lot of people hurting. And let me tell you something, guys. It will be a rough year, guys. I mean, I hate to say it, but like, politics and things like that, there's going to be a lot of people trying to divide us all. And we cannot let that happen. Got to stay strong. We got to stay focused on our work. There's a lot of bad people out there that don't want us to be doing this, guys. And that's just, that's kind of some things I've been fighting. That's with my work. There's a lot of stuff happening. There's a lot of people that don't want good things like this to happen. Okay. Not too bad. Yeah, don't worry, guys. I'm still going to be, see if I can color this bad boy. I guess I should be doing some instructing rather than talking. I get this drawing in. But the guy named Iron Man. Excuse me, guys. I just had some fudge. My sister made me a ton of fudge for Christmas, and I haven't finished it. So good. Oh, no, I don't like that. cheek. Yeah, you don't need a whole lot. Just focus on the muscles, like, you know, you have a little bit of an armor look, you know, but you can add some biceps and wherever open areas. You know, he got some abs. I think about it, like, you know, the abs are kind of built in the suit, but, you know, that's all right. And then add a little bit of, let's see, he's got some parts here. Kind of like machine. Of course, the gauntlets, a little bit of stuff like that. But yeah, guys, this was a good time for superheroes. I know now it's not, but you know, I think it'll come back, guys. There's a lot of like comic books out there, and there's a lot of, you know, books that you guys are starting to kind of gravitate towards. So there's hope. I think I don't like the way this head turned out. This head's way too big. Got my own rule, guys. Actually, guys, here's another lesson in always remember that your superhero will stand 6 heads. Shrink this a little. 6 heads above. Oh, that's better. There we go. Tall. If you can't know how to, if you can't figure out how to make your hero tall, how tall. Let's see. I'll show you. So let's see. Let me just change this for. Oh, crap. You know, guys, I got 3 different screens. I have to bring this back over. This was on my other screen. Okay, so let's see. Let's put this on another layer. I'll show you guys. So let's see. We got 6 heads. 1, 2, 3. See if we got this right. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 heads. That's not uncommon. But yeah, at least 6 feet tall, because this, you know, that's usually how an average man is. They teach you this in anatomy, guys. That's about right. His feet would be around here, so let's see. Okay, so that's just the basic drawing. Let's get this. And remember, guys, I'm drawing fast so I can get these videos in, because that's just me. But remember, always take your time. Do not, you know, if you need to go over drawing, if you need to, you know, redo it or whatever, please, I implore you, don't. That's the only thing I tell you guys not to follow me as, is don't draw, no one's in a hurry. Well, actually, unless you have a deadline, then you need to learn. That's the only time I stress. But if you're just drawing this for fun, guys, you know, but if you're working for someone, that's the only time I say that you need to be in a rush. But even then, still, you know, that depends on your speed, how you manage your time. You can do that. And like I said, even then, like, let's say you're working for somebody, and they say, you know, this is the drawing. Most likely, they'll send it back anyway. So just do your best you can, and then, because that's what I've always done. Whenever I submit work or something like that, I submit it, and I just give it all my best. Of course, you always give it all your best, but like, chances are they're not gonna like it anyway. Trust me. I've had clients, you know, who tell me, you know, it's not this or that's not right or whatever. So, I mean, it's best to get as right as best you can the first time. But, you know, I mean, it depends if you're it depends on the client, depends on who you're working with, and, you know, how much time, what your deadline is, because we all have to hit deadlines. So that's coming from a business standpoint. That has nothing to do. If you guys are just drawing, you know, whatever, like just doodling, you know, of course. But yeah, but that's just because, you know, when this actually is a very fast pace. Because think about it, guys, you know, a comic book takes at least, if you're lucky, if you have like a decent team, depending how quickly you can draw, I'd say at least a month, you know. Yeah, at least about a month to do something like that, because you have inkers, you have drawers, you have the writers, the scripters, and, you know, mapping out the story before you draw it. So let's give a little bit of a, there we go, a little bit of a tilt to the eyes. Yeah, that's better. But yeah, deadlines are always essential in this business. You know, your clients are they have to get stuff done, guys. I mean, you've seen when a movie or when a story sets a deadline, says this, you know, this has to be out. Think about it, they don't know if it's going to hit that deadline. I mean, they have to, obviously. So if, like, they say, you know, Aquaman or, you know, Iron Man's coming out in December 4th, you know, whatever, and they have to hit that mark, and you just, that's usually enough time to gather things, but you never know. Someone gets sick or someone gets injured. Robert Downey Jr. gets injured. Things get pushed back. And then they try to do what they can. To get things going, but it's just, that's just the business. They have to be prepared for that kind of stuff. So same thing in comic books, guys. You don't know what can happen. Your wife gets pregnant. Your daughter has a graduation. I don't know. It's something. Gotta learn to balance that stuff. That's my. And you can do it. Don't ever think you can't do it. But yeah, like I said, if you're doing this just for fun, guys, don't be in such a hurry. But learn to get a little bit better. Learn to kind of not cut. Don't cut corners. Not like that. But when I say cut corners, I mean learn to, like, figure out ways. How to explain this? Not cut corners though. Don't do that. But I mean, learn to be a little bit faster. I guess that's how to explain it. But I can't find the words. Like put it this way, guys. You're driving on the freeway. Oh, I got the chest wrong. And maybe you take a few shortcuts on the way to work. I don't know, something like that. Get a little bit quicker. Hold on. Just find there are ways to get a little bit faster. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time explaining this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just different little ways you can save time, Oh shoot, oops, on the wrong layer. Don't ever do that, guys. I'm just gonna move the head slightly over because it's too far off. I'm gonna have to improvise. His neck was a little. Oh, no. Actually, I haven't drawn this in a long time. Yeah. It's way off. What I hate about drawing these big guys, they just don't seem like proportionally correct, but there we go, that's what I wanted. I forgot my own rule because I have to go down the middle of the chest. But like I said, guys, maybe you can find ways to just to get a little bit faster. Actually, the perfect example, you guys, if you're familiar with speed runs, the guys who play video games to play the game as fast as they can, they do like little tricks and jumps and to jump on a wall and to, things like little wall things or whatever to get faster. There are ways in art you can do that. One way is, guys, is not if you guys see the way I can draw the human body, because I've drawn the human body many times, so that's exactly, so I save time on having to draw the human body, having to look like how the muscle goes to here, how the hand looks here. Not that I don't refer to it, but like for the most part, like if you guys saw like how quickly I was even to draw, this Iron Man, this pose and stuff like that. So. But don't sacrifice quality over quantity, guys, if you can. But if someone's breathing down your neck to get it done, just get it out there, and then like I said, if they like it, they'll keep it. If not, there'll be plenty of time to adjust. Trust me on that. People will tell you that whether they like it or not, and then you can get a little these in. Remember, guys, it's all in the technique, not technique. It's all in the like I've said before. It's light versus dark. See how I'm creating these textured, I'm putting thick and it's a combination of thick and thin lines that create like little shapes and stuff. That create the shapes where I don't have to draw every single little detail. So you can see how they create these little illusions of details. So, not too bad. I want to say I'm going to tilt the head, but that's okay. I'm not going to waste time doing that. But yeah, funny is Iron Man really isn't one of my favorite heroes, but I mean, of course, I love Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Everybody does, but more of that, guys. It's just for me. It's just that was the time for me, you know, where things, you know, because the Dark Knight had just come out. We just saw that. I know we saw Iron Man first, and then Dark Knight, right? I believe so. And that's just when I knew what I wanted to do, because up until then, you know, like I wanted to do stuff that was cool, you know, and up until then, you know, comic books were just, you know, I mean, I love all we had were like the Tobey Maguire movies, Thomas Jane's Punisher, you know, Ben Affleck's Daredevil, you know, Jessica Alba as and Chris Evans, and I forgot the other two, but you know, the guy from the Shield for Fantastic Four. You know, at the time, it's all we had. And I remember, guys, there was people on YouTube getting creative who were mashing the trailers all together and creating trailers like Punisher versus Batman, stuff like that. It was kind of cool I did that, you know, because we all had fantasies about things like that, you know, Hulk versus, you know, Wolverine, Punisher hunting down Spider-Man, you know, would have been a cool movie. So, but exactly. Oops. Sorry, that's gonna be I'll try to shorten this as best I can, but oops. God, I swear, guys, this gives me a headache sometimes. I hope you guys are enjoying this program that I use. I mean, I told you guys it's the sketchbook, by the way, if you guys want to download it. I believe the student version's for free. That's just what I'm using, because I don't really need, I just use it for doodling, guys, like this, so I can do, you can do finished work, you can do some animating with it, I believe. You can do, I just don't need it because I have Photoshop, but Photoshop, it's not as, it's easier just like when I'm just drawing like this, and it saves me some paper. So if you guys are looking to save paper, this is a good tool, and you can save these drawings, so. Get his leg in. Yeah, I'll just color real quick. I know Jaster, if you guys remember Jaster, he always likes a good color drawing, so. Get his knee pads. Get a little bit of a eye muscle in there. And even then, we'll still do a little bit of like old school cross hatching. I'll show you guys, get a little glimpse of that. Because I used to do that, you know, the old school they call. Actually, if you guys, it's sort of the what they call, I believe it's the John Romita. I think that's kind of when, if you look at Spider-Man, they say that John Romita was like the last basher, because then Todd McFarlane came along and changed Spider-Man's, you know, look and made it more detailed and muscular, the eyes. But if you go back to the old school, in fact, I have a poster on my wall. I'll post it one day of Spider-Man with it's Mysterio. Sorry, Mysterio. Sorry, yeah. Not just because there's another there's another character I think called Mysterion, but that's from South Park. But yeah, and I have it's drawn with Spider-Man. It's like the old school. This Todd McFarlane drew Spider-Man like a bug, you know, and he had like big eyes, and he kind of started that that whole fiasco of drawing superheroes just a little bit, you know. I don't like the way it's like, you know. Hold on, guys. Yeah, drawing him more like a bug. I think it was a little too far-fetched, because like I said, the whole thing of Spider-Man was a theme of it, but it's not like, you know, he had to be an actual bug. You know, I don't know, just. I mean, Wolverine, he's not an actual Wolverine, he just has claws, and I don't even, like, I never see, because like, are Wolverines like invincible? Or are Wolverines, are Wolf, oh, is a Wolverine a thing? You guys answer the question, because I don't know what the hell a Wolverine is. Is that a thing? I mean, it's one of those things you've heard of, but is that like a real thing? A Wolverine, you know? I don't know. So, but don't quote me on that. And let's just get a little, just to get the ground. I'm not gonna. I probably should have drawn him flying. I know you guys are used to that, but that's such a typical pose. I just like to do them standing because I figured, you know, the problem is, guys. I know you probably wonder why I do a lot of action, or I mean a lot of just standing poses, because guys, when you're drawing it, first of all, I'm saving that for and I was trying to get to this, a lesson in foreshortening, because that's something you guys need to understand. It's a little bit different when you're drawing something in action, and I've said this before, but I've never stressed it because I never wanted to. That's another lesson I want to do altogether, guys. Because foreshortening is a whole lesson if you want to draw heroes basically in action in perspective. So, what it is, and you guys have seen this all the time. So if you see like a chair in a room, guys, and you only see one half of that chair, that's an example of foreshortening. I know it's kind of sounds stupid. Some of you guys are wondering like, what the hell is he talking about? Because and that's something I have to show you guys, and that's what I'm trying to figure out how to show you how to demonstrate, not just with drawings, but it's something that's kind of a lesson you have to like kind of figure out. Not that it's complicated; it's not rocket science or anything like that, guys. You guys are not dumb. I'm the dumb one who can't figure out how to explain this. But I promise you I will. But like I said, the quick version is like if you're drawing a hand. In fact, we already had a little version of a shortening. You can see how Iron Man's body is turned this way. We're following this line, right? That means this part of your body is disappearing. This is just from the angle from you decide. So usually you guys see this every day, but an artist has to decide which side looks. So I chose to have Iron Man leaning this way. So you see more of this body, you know, and then this body, it kind of disappears in a way. You see less of this shoulder and more of this shoulder because the camera is looking at this. So if Iron Man was standing right next to me, this is where I'd be. This is how I'd be looking at him, you know. So that's the, and we do the same thing with objects, with chairs. So when we draw a chair, here's the chair. Like this is just a chair, right? Like imagine like this chair, right? So this can be a look. This is you looking at the chair straight up, but if we change the angle a bit, that could be a side view. That's just like if we turn the chair a little bit, then you're at an angle. Then the chair here is occupying space. It's not my best. See that? See how that now? This is your angle, but now it looks like the chair is in there because this chair would be following a whole room. That's what I'm saying, guys. It's kind of a confusing lesson. So that's just the gist of it. See, like everything falls into a flow, just like the body. Oops. Yeah, perspective, I get that a lot, guys. That's a hard thing. That's a lesson I really want to I'm going to stress that for probably a whole month, guys, so you guys can get that down. You know, I'm going to make you experts on how to draw perspective, how to draw rooms. I got a big idea for that, guys, because I hear that a lot, and that's something that you know, a lot of you guys are stressing because you're like, you draw somebody, or you draw a chair, or you draw, and it doesn't look right because you guys are not using the proper techniques. And it's don't worry, guys. I mean, I'm not, you know, mad at you or anything, but I sound like I'm mad. No, it's more than that, guys. It's more than just it's not, you're not using the proper techniques to make it look right, is what I'm saying. Unless that's the look you're going for, in which case I say go for it. There's no right and wrong answers, guys. But I mean, you guys see Marvel Comics, you know, they draw them to a T. I mean, let me tell you something, guys. The art has sucked, you know, lately, but let me tell you something, guys. If you've ever, I'd say the comic books from, and they're great back in the day, but if you see Marvel Comics back in, like, since, like, 2004, oh, my God. You guys have to read the Punisher Max comics. That's, like, let me tell you something, I hated my life when I bought those, or when I got those. My sister got me a like 15 issues for Christmas. Go check out those issues, guys. I hated my life. I was like, how am I going to draw like this? These guys are drawing realistic, because that's when the Punisher, Frank Castle, is a realistic story. It's kind of a different take. It wasn't part of, it's very similar to, if you watch the Punisher, Punisher Warzone, and then a little bit of the Punisher Netflix. A little bit, because they have the Irish gangs and things like that he took on. That's kind of the focus, instead of just the mob. Because the Thomas Jane one was kind of focused on a new character, you know, Howard Saint. But then the Warzone kind of focused on they finally got his main villain, you know, Billy Rosati, the Jigsaw. No relation to from the Saw movies. But yeah, how far in? 35 minutes? That's not bad, guys. I'm almost done here. Then we can add a little bit of color. But the old school cross hatching, guys, there's not a whole lot. It's mostly thick lines like this, like for the feathering. So you don't really need a whole lot for this old school Iron Man if you want, but you know, it's up to you. You're the creator, guys. Remember, this is how I'm doing it. I think it looks good, guys. A little simple. I like simple designs, guys. Sometimes it's just simple is just better. But that's what I'm saying. You know, the old school John Romita before all this, you know. But still, the artwork, guys, because now that people started to use computers and Photoshop and they can do lighting, oh my god, it's amazing. But the problem is, guys, the only problem I've had with it in comic book recently is that it does take away from the artwork. Because like I said, guys, I mean, there are times where you know, I'd be doing a drawing. I was inking for, you know, doing whatever, and then I see the finished comic book, and I'm like, where's the part that I inked? And it's completely covered up by color, and you know. Whereas if you look at an old school comic book, you can see everything, guys. I mean, they had to do everything. I don't really use them, but I do have the tools that they use to draw. Because remember, guys, they drew in the dialogue back in the old days. They had to ink the bubbles, and they had these tools that allowed them to put the words in even at an angle. So like the dialogue was aligned properly. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah. So they had special tools for that, for inking, because they had to ink everything up, by hand. You know, there was hardly any computers. There was a little bit of computers. Some artists, you know, used it, but it was mainly to fix some mistakes. But it was not relied on, guys. Just put it that way. They were, you know, the computers back then not like what they are today. So yeah. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that history lesson. And I thought I'd be doing that old school, and I bought all these tools, and you know, back in college, you know, Amazon, you know, I was able to get all this stuff, you know. But lo and behold, then I started, you know, going more digital for all this stuff. But don't worry, guys, I still do a lot of this by hand. And even then, guys, I'm drawing this right now just like I would do a normal comic book. What you're seeing is what I'd be getting. I'm just working a little faster. That's it. That's the only thing I'm gaining, is just a little bit of speed. So just because you know, normally I have to dip, you know, I have to do this, and then I get to go off screen, dip, and load the brush, you know, and stuff like that. So other than that, that's the only thing I really gain. This is still me drawing, guys. You know, this is how exactly I'd be drawing if, you know. That's why I've been trying to stress to you guys. It doesn't matter if you're drawing with me on a computer right now, you guys, don't be ashamed. I still imply you guys to draw like normal. I mean, to draw without a computer. Because sometimes even like when I'm drawing like normal, sometimes, you know, I have it in my head that I can just erase this and go back to, you know, no, you know, you have to, you know, it's nice to have that skill, guys, to get it right on the first time. So yeah. So that's, you know, my recommendation. You know, you always gotta, you know, I mean, I know what Robert Downey Jr. says, you know, sometimes you gotta run before you can walk. No, guys, that's just silly. That's just, you know, that's just ego talking. I love Tony Stark, but then that's just pure ego, guys. I mean, if you can, basically saying, if you can skip a few steps, you know, go for it. But honestly, I don't recommend it, because you know, you don't want that. You want that foundation, you know. I mean, Tony Stark's a genius, so he's allowed to do that. But you know, like I said, you know, it's just for you and me. You know, if you can, go for it. You know, like I said, go for it if you can. But I recommend taking it slow but steady, guys. And I know you're, you know, if you're just as, and believe me, I'm just as impatient as you guys. But a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more action to the scenery. Sorry, guys, I don't have time to add Ultron in there, but it doesn't matter. All right. Just add a little bit of texture. I don't know, maybe stand on a cliff, something like that. That's what I see, kind of low. That's the beauty of ink, guys. You can do a little bit of an abstract, you know. Doesn't that look cool? And don't be afraid to get to do that, because I love bleeding art, guys. I love artwork. I want to actually get back into it. I was doing it for a while a bit, and I did a piece of my own. If you guys saw my Instagram, where I had like the American flag, you know, kind of going there. So that was pretty cool. And this is like old school ink, guys, and I love it, dude. I love old school ink. I love anything old school, guys. You know, I love technology. I love the special effects, guys. But let me tell you something, guys. And I was telling this to my dad just earlier, because I was talking about, we were talking about you know, technology versus old school and versus like, you know, movies today. Because he's, you know, I was trying to explain to him, like, you know, how the state of movies, you know, and things like, you know, it's like I was trying to explain, like, because you know, I told you guys I watched Aquaman, and it's okay. I told you guys that the you know, it was good when it started to be like, because it's a comic book movie, and it was really till, you know, Manta started fighting, you know, Aquaman, and the scenes with like Aquaman's brother and stuff like that. Those are the times that it made it feel like a comic book movie. You know, it didn't have to be fancy. That's what I loved about the Tobey Maguire movies, and why I would go back and watch them, because there was nothing. It was goofy, you know, it was funny, but then it had serious topics. I mean, that's kind of what it is. But at the end of the day, it had a certain theme to it. And but nowadays, guys, it's just all about the special effects. You know, everything. Even like what, guys, if you ever watched the Flash show, I loved, you know, Arrow. Arrow was one of my favorite things, and it just became all about, in the end, you know, it just like, it stopped being about superheroes. And my dad always pointed this out, like you know, basically everybody knew he was the Flash, and he kept revealing his secret identity to the world, to everybody. And he's right, you know, that's gone. Everybody knows who, you know, who these superheroes now, and nobody has any secret identities anymore. And then, like, at the end of it, you know, Barry stopped being his power, stopped being the reason to win, and it just became like, oh, they just invent some technology, and then they beat the villain at the last minute, you know. And then they think by adding, you know, like references to Batman and things like that is enough to, you know. Although I did love seeing Kevin Conroy, may he rest in peace, as a go back and watch, guys. I hope I didn't spoil anything, guys. But if you guys go watch Arrow, I recommend it. But yeah, it just stopped being comic booky. It just became like, you know, just bad writing, you know, and then bad special effects. And then what's the point of watching it? But back then, people had to do what they had to do with what they had, you know. And they you know. I mean, I love the Ben Affleck, you know, Daredevil. I thought it was good. I thought it was more character development than half the movies that are today. Even some of the recent Marvel stuff, it's just been the same thing. I mean, if it weren't for the build up to Thanos, you know, I mean, you know, I didn't really care much for the first Doctor Strange. We all know we only watched it so we can, you know, get to the next step. But that's what it was. Let's see if I didn't see this. Okay, so my desktop right now. All right, let's color this bad boy and then be done. Be gone with you. Let's see. Start with hot rod. Throw a little hot rod red in there. Let's see. Let's try that. No, that's too. It's too cadmium. I hate red. God, sometimes I hate. Even these computers, they can't get it right. I guess I'll have to do. I don't like that, but it's too. I don't like that. That's a little bit, but I think I have to go a little more darker. Nope. Dark. Yeah, I think this is as good as it's gonna get, guys. It's alright. Let's just color this quickly and. But yeah, that's my little rant about. And I think you guys are not alone. I think you guys are kind of like bent out of shape over these things, because it's the same thing every single time. There's no character development. There's nothing. There's nothing leading to the story other than, and even then, dude. Even then, guys, it's like, you know, what's next? I mean, like Kang the Conqueror. That went nowhere. Now he's fired. So I'm sure you guys know about that. So you guys haven't kept up with it. So, but if you guys have a good idea, put it out there. The world needs these ideas, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I don't know about you guys, but I'm putting my ideas out there this year with this channel and God's will. And hopefully with your guys' support. So yeah. But don't worry, guys. More stuff is coming. I'm just starting this year off a little bit soft, you know. I mean, I'm already hitting the ground running. I already got like my ideas laid out. So just be patient. I mean, even if I get a few views, guys, I mean, that's good enough for me. I'll be happy if anybody watches. If I can inspire just one person. Just one of you guys. That's all I need. I told you, I'm a simple guy. Now, I only grow this channel for you guys, not just for myself. Because what do I care? You know what I mean? If I enrich myself, whatever, you know. I can always, you know, keep working, doing a job that I hate. I can go work for somebody, you know. But I think there's definitely a personal touch to it. I mean, that's kind of why, guys, I talk to you the way, you know, I guess the way I do. Also trying to concentrate. Oh boy. Don't worry, I'll add in the yellow. Oops. Don't worry about going outside the lines, guys. I told you that. Alright. The guy named Iron Man. Little man of iron. Well, tell me, guys, what's your favorite version of Iron Man? Robert Downey Jr., cartoon, what's your favorite suit? My favorite will always be this one, of course, and then cartoon-wise, and then real. I prefer the very first Iron Man 2008. They'll always be. I think this is close to like the main suit as they tried to get at the time. You know, like I said, now his suit's just because to me, like it's funny because there's these toys, guys, that Iron Man came out with. You guys have seen it probably on Amazon. You can put like a realistic, like a 6-inch version of Iron Man. They have all the suits, and I couldn't decide which one to get. And most of the suits from all the movies look the same, really. So like I might as well just go for the original. The only ones I think would be different would be the Mark I original he built in the cave, and then the Mark II, the silver one, and then War Machine. After that, everything else it just depends on which do you like. Do you like the Avengers one? Do you like the one in Iron Man 3? Do you prefer, you know, Red Snap? I think they have. They don't have all of them. I don't know if they have Red Snapper and all that, but and Igor. But they have Ironmonger, you know. But I just got the. I didn't have it because I don't have enough money for all stuff, nor do I have all the space. So, but yeah, I just went with just you know the standard, you know, just that way, you know, you just have the basic, you know, basic model, you know, nothing too fancy, which I'm good with. And Robert Downey Jr. That was, you know, like I said, I told you the 2008 Iron Man, you know, basically changed my life, you know, set me on my path. So I had to pay homage to that. If I had to choose one, it's going to be that one. So yeah, that's what I think. You guys can leave a little bit of white. That's a little bit of a shine too. Because remember, guys, this is still, like I said, even though this is like you're drawing him like a bodybuilder looking type, he's still wearing armor, so he's gonna have a little bit of a shine. So leave a little bit of white here. Actually, see what I'm doing? I'm not coloring it all in, so that'll be alright. If you want, but I'm just leaving a little bit of white, just so you guys don't think I'm being lazy. And maybe a little. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Damn. I was hoping to cut this down to like Get his white legs. Legs are whiter than mine. No, guys, I can't tan. I tried, but failed. That kind of looks like an old school Iron Man. That's kind of the look I was going for, guys, you know. For what I'm doing here, I think it just fits. It looks like I'm, you know, I feel like Tobey Maguire when he's drawing a Spider-Man for the first, when he's trying to draw his costume for the first time. God, I love that scene. That was a great scene. Okay, is that enough yellow? Let's get the, what do I need? Gray. Hope you like gray. Okay, excuse me. Oops. A little bit of that going. And so you can leave a little bit of white as well. Adds to the texture. But see, I like drawing this way, guys, because I think it helps maintain the actual drawing. Because remember, at the end of the day, this is supposed to be drawing, guys, you know? You know, a lot of times you guys, it's just, you know, I'm pretty biased as an artist, but, you know, the writer gets the credit, and then the artists like us are just like, we're shunned, we're pushed aside, so I'm just pretty partial to the artist, guys, just, you know, pretty biased to that. I mean, I'm sorry, I mean, no offense, I know the writer, we all have a job, the colorist, you know, the inker, and then the art, and then the drawing, whoever does the drawing, the pencils, is always the two people that never get enough credit, guys. So show some respect for because the drawing and the inking is the hardest part, guys. Drawing, you know, at the end of the day, the writer tells them how the story goes, but it's the artist, you know, because this is still a medium that needs to be shown. That's what people forget. Even though the writing may be good, but it's the artist's job to depict, you know, what kind of scene, and it's the inker to give that drawing shape, to bring that character to life, because it's the ink that makes the, you know, because that's what sets the drawing in. So, and then the colorist covers up a lot of that stuff that gets, you know, most of it, especially in like effects where like lighting effects and things like that. Things that can cover up, you know, that go over the ink. So. And there you have it, guys. There's our Iron Man. And 2024, baby. Oh, yeah. So there it is, guys. Starting off the year, doing it right. There's our first drawing for this year is Iron Man. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And there's more to come, guys. So stay tuned. And yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your week. And rest up, because we got a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to do it. So let's get to it. Let's get busy, and let's learn something new, guys. All right, so I'll have more to come. Stay tuned, and yeah, have a good night. Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and tell everyone about it, everybody you know. So, got that in. Yep, good night.